Tony Scott's Top Gun coming to IMAX next year. iTunes Movies now in 42 more countries. The Doorbot teams up with Lockitron. 1Password 4 for iOS is now available. Christmas tree at Apple HQ. And Yahoo keeps at it. It's Thursday, December 13th, 2012, and this is iWake. I'm Tim Chaten, and this is what's going on in the Apple world today. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to another edition of iWake. So, a lot is going on in tech news, the Apple world today. First up, I just want to make mention that Top Gun, one of Tony Scott's most well-known films, coming to IMAX ahead of its Blu-ray release next year. It will be in IMAX in select theaters February 8th, 2013, and this is just ahead of its Blu-ray release until February 19th, 2013. Tony Scott is the brother of Ridley Scott, well-known for Alien, Blade Runner, and other classic films. Tony Scott sadly took his life a couple months ago, and I think this will be good to see this in theaters once again and pay tribute to Tony Scott through this. So, with that said, movie news related is iTunes Movie Store is now available in 42 new countries. These are almost identical countries to what we saw just a couple weeks ago with iTunes Music Store launches across Africa, the Middle East, India, Asia Pacific, Latin America, and the Caribbean, as well as a couple of European countries. So basically, tons of more places to actually buy movies digitally, and this is definitely a good thing. My one wish is that one day we will eventually be able to have just a worldwide store that is free of any boundaries. But that day is far off and a generation or two away, I believe. So with that said, let's get into some hardware news. First up is a new Thunderbolt accessory that is now out from M-Logic. It's a PCI card expansion chassis. It's $400, and this supports half-length Thunderbolt-aware PCI Express cards. It has two high-performance Thunderbolt ports, supports daisy chaining of up to 6 Thunderbolt peripherals, and is very quiet according to this release, and conserves energy by turning on/off with the Mac. It's available now at B&H Photo for $399. So this is for people that want to add video input cards. This is for people that want to add sound cards for USB 3, for all the cool stuff you can do with the Mac Pro. This enables you to do it with a MacBook Air. So it's now available at B&H Photo. The other hardware news is that of Logitech. They've announced a new Bluetooth keyboard and most notably a trackpad. So I've not seen many, if any, third-party trackpads. It's $70 for this trackpad, and it looks very nice. It's got a Logitech symbol on the top of it, which I don't like. But beyond that, it looks to be very cool and a nice alternative for those that don't want the Apple one. I'm not sure what else there is to say about it. Time will tell if it's as sensitive, if it's as good. As many people know in the Windows world, Apple is by far the best, I think, and you'll probably agree, at trackpads. So we'll see how well third parties can actually do with this. Next up today, I just want to make mention that Doorbot has teamed up with Lockatron. So Lockitron is a company that I've already supported by getting on the pre-order list of this. Basically, it allows you to control your front door deadbolt with your iPhone, and it's Bluetooth 4.0 enabled to automatically unlock when you walk up with your phone that's paired to it, and does all sorts of other cool things. They've teamed up with Doorbot, which is still in the funding stage here. They are 38 days left and on their way to meet their goal, hopefully. Doorbot is basically a video-enabled smart doorbell. So what this lets you do is, at any time of the day, you're able to see out of that camera, see who's in front of your door. You're able to communicate two-way. You're able to talk to that person at the door, and they're able to talk to you. And they've teamed up with a bundle that'll save you $30 if you buy this set. This is pretty awesome, as since it's Wi-Fi enabled, it just, alerts your phone when someone rings the bell. So that means you don't need to wire up your house to have the doorbell now. This also means you can have a FedEx guy come to your house, and you can let him in. With Lockitron, you can unlock your door. You can say, leave it there. You can watch this FedEx guy leave your house. You can have him shut the door and have Lockitron lock it behind you. It's a killer combination. So this is now up at ChristieStreet.com. So it's in the show notes as well. $169 for just the Doorbot. $319 as a pair. This is estimated to ship in July. And it'll save you $30 if you go with the bundle. I've already got the Lockitron, and the Doorbot is on my list of things to get. I have not backed it quite yet, but that's just out of me spending money elsewhere right now. But two very exciting products and something to keep your eye on at least. Next up is some more closely Apple-related news. First off, iPhone 5 now has 26% of the entire worldwide LTE market. That includes phones, tablets, and things like that. So they've already done pretty good at eating up a lot of chunk of that market with just about a year of LTE devices. And next up is just the mention, if you are in Santa Monica area, they're actually relaunching. They've closed down the Apple Store at 3rd Street Promenade down in Santa Monica, and they're reopening it, and there's a big party going on, a big relaunch party coming up fairly soon here. The email had the dates that I, for whatever reason, I can't find right now, but if you're in Santa Monica area, basically check out this link in the show notes, and it'll hook you up with the schedule here, and you'll be able to find the launch party for this new reopening of the Apple Store. Next up today is app news, or at least one app story, and that is 1Password version 4. 1Password is the go-to app for password management on iOS and the Mac, and it is now available. It's already rolling out to international stores as I'm talking. It'll be out in the States by the time this podcast hits your ears, most likely. So it's coming out on the 13th, and this is going to be a huge update for 1Password, and I'm very excited to get my hands on it. It's going to be 50% off as a launch sale. This will not be a free upgrade. The Mac version, I've heard, will be a free upgrade. And there's lots of things to love about 1Password, lots of things to love about this big update. And I'll be going more into detail once I actually get my hands on this, as this is an app I intend to upgrade to. Next up, I mentioned at the beginning of the show, Christmas tree at Apple HQ. Now, I follow some people on Instagram, and someone tweeted out an Instagram picture of a huge apple tree in the courtyard of Apple's headquarters, where we're not able to go, kind of by Cafe Mac in the restricted access area of Apple Store. And sure enough, I'm here at the link, and evidently the photo has been pulled. So whoever Instagrammed it from inside Apple got a little talking from Tim Cook and said we don't share our Christmas trees with outsiders. And it has been pulled from Instagram, but it was there, and I stupidly did not save it. But it was a very cool picture, and now everyone knows that there are Christmas trees at Apple's headquarters in Cupertino. Next up, Twitter. So recently, Twitter and Instagram had a little fight, and Instagram no longer shows up in card views, and you have to click through to a link. Well, they've kind of swapped that out with Pinterest. So Pinterest is now showing up in Twitter cards. So if you do a Pinterest post, that photo or whatever it is will show up in Twitter. So pretty cool news there. Related to Instagram is Flickr. They have done a big relaunch today, a big app update, a version 2. And this is a Yahoo property. Many may not know that, but Yahoo owns Flickr. And this is day 2 of Yahoo's update Lollapalooza, so to speak. First was Mail, and today is Flickr. And they've redone their iPhone app, made mobile sharing a much more big thing with this. They have filters, they have cropping, and this is they're trying, it seems, to make this into a true photo sharing app besides just a photo viewing app, as the old one was more focused towards. So this is just another way Marissa Meyer is going after the Yahoo company and making it better and better. Next of the day, I've got 2 stories to close out the show. First up is a cool thing for you in Canada. If you are Canadian, Apple Store online is selling for $300 a 30 gigabyte black iPod 5th generation. So a 5th generation iPod is being sold for $300 with 8-day ship time. So if you're in Canada, you're able to buy, it seems brand new, in box, unopened, still in cellophane, for $300, the 5th generation iPod in black. This is pretty wild stuff that someone discovered on the Mac Rumors forum, and I thought I'd share here. And last of the day, I'd be remiss not to share that the Hobbit soundtrack, the Hobbit: An Unexpected Journey soundtrack, is now out in iTunes in 2 forms: a deluxe special edition and a regular edition. Both of these are 2 discers, so it's around a 2-hour long soundtrack. Either way you go, and I really dig this music. I listened to the soundtrack earlier today, and it's a good score. So if you're into film music, this is definitely one to look at, and I will definitely be seeing The Hobbit this weekend as it comes out tomorrow. So with that, thank you for tuning in to today's episode of iWake. You can find the show notes over at iWakePodcast.com. I also do YouTube videos, youtube.com/TCHATEN. So I do lots of videos there. You can check them out there on my YouTube channel. And finally, I do this thing called iWake Again over at iWakePodcast.com/again. And that's where you can find all the information about that. And with that said, thank you for tuning in. I will talk to everyone again tomorrow for the Friday edition of iWake. Have a great day. Talk to you soon.